In the last video, I covered Microsoft rolling out a security update for June that fixed some of the recent zero days like Mini Plasma. What I didn't find out about until a bit later was that the same patch kinda broke a couple of things. Personally, I've seen and experienced Windows Update breaking one thing or another in funny ways, let's say, the past year or so. This time, Windows Update broke the recycle bin of all things. How was the reaction I got from every single one of my friends, and they too are aware of Windows' shortcomings, especially as of late. But boy, my precious recycle bin, the tool you use to toss slop into and permanently get rid of them. This too was not spared by the evil Windows Update. In all seriousness though, there isn't anything major to worry about, thankfully. It's mostly a UI issue as I understand it, and just felt it was worth talking about anyway because one, funny, and two, I wanted to sort of document this to see where Microsoft goes from here, you know, the trajectory of Windows Update, if you will. Welcome to Level 1 Melon, by the way, where we cover tech security. Today we're just gonna cover a funny bit of news. So, the core of the issue stems from a bug in the last Windows Update in June 2026 that causes weird file names to be shown in the confirmation dialog that pops up when you go to permanently delete stuff that is in the recycle bin. What ends up being shown is the recycle bin's internal file name for each item. Here's an example, a screenshot from the computer of my good friend Mr. Kyle. Here we can see that the file sparksy underscore bikini stream outfit.zip. I honestly have no idea what this is. If any of you watching do know what this is, great, good for you, buddy boy, or buddy girl. Anyway, yeah, we can see that the bikini outfit.zip file is showing as rb1zra9.zip in the confirmation dialog. For comparison, here's what the same dialog box looks like on my machine, which has not had a Windows update in like 8 months or so. This little bug affects pretty much all currently supported Windows versions, I believe. Windows 10 is in there too if you paid for the extra year of updates, I guess. And nice to see that you guys are getting some great bang for your buck. Or if it's a company machine, then who cares, right? Currently, there is no known permanent fix. I guess Linux could be a permanent fix, but I'm not gonna pretend that side doesn't have its own share of funny things like this. As per Microsoft, they have engineers working on a fix right now that will be shipped in a future update. If you feel like your computing experience has become unusable due to this bug, Microsoft does offer a quote-unquote temporary workaround that requires you to contact their business support team. I couldn't find any more details past that. It's kind of interesting that they offered the workaround in a sort of a secretive way. Maybe they want you to convince them that they should hand over a future beta version earlier or something. Perhaps a separate build, maybe? I don't see anyone really going for that option because, as I mentioned before, there does not seem to be any immediate or apparent threats security-wise that might arise from this bug. With that said, as a professional scrub/script kiddie, my mind did start to drift off into thinking about why the recycle bin was leaking internal information in this way, and what else could I possibly get it to leak? Could I maybe delete some important file and then take advantage of this bug to pull some important attribute out of it via the recycle bin bug here? Probably not. That sounds like a stretch. I'd probably stand more of a chance taking a look at some of the other reported issues, or maybe target Windows Defender again, because Nightmare Eclipse is relentless, my man. The biggest threat here, if anything, is just a tiny bit of reputational damage to Microsoft, because the recycle bin of all things being negatively affected after an important security update is kind of sloppy. Micro sloppy, if you will. But hey, I think it is well established at this point that Microsoft as a company, a behemoth, is kind of oblivious to things like reputational damage. Then again, they did seem pretty annoyed by the wonderful term that is microslop when that was making the news. So, what do you guys think? Feel free to leave comments. Well, I hope you found this video somewhat useful, if not interesting. If you'd like to support the work being done here, you could just simply leave a comment detailing your thoughts. I'd love to read them, or just say hi. Otherwise, I do hope I'll get to see you in the next video. Cheers!